Medical students often learn diseases in neat, isolated chapters: cardiology, nephrology, pulmonology. In this academic theory, a patient with pneumonia presents with a fever, a cough, and a textbook chest X-ray. But hospital wards are not textbook chapters. Patients arrive as chaotic, interconnected biological systems. A person presents with shortness of breath, but the reality involves dropping oxygen, an acute kidney injury, a lethal potassium level, and a 10-page medication list. For a junior clinician, this volume of competing data triggers an immediate psychological response: cognitive overload. The brain looks for shortcuts. One common trap is jumping from a single symptom to a final diagnostic label. A clinician hears chest pain and anchors on a heart attack, missing a pulmonary embolism or an aortic dissection. Another error is listing every possible disease in a massive, unprioritized differential diagnosis. This paralyzes decision-making, giving an immediate, life-threatening danger the same weight as a rare curiosity. These cognitive failures lead to premature closure, unsafe discharges, and critical delays in care. Medical errors in this environment rarely stem from a lack of scientific knowledge. They're the result of clinicians lacking a structured framework to process the chaos of a living patient. Safe practice requires clinicians to move away from linear diagnostic hunting toward a recursive, cyclical framework. This is the Life-Coherent Clinical Loop, an operational framework to navigate complex patients. It uses 6 sequential questions as a safety net. The center is the living patient, ensuring clinicians remain oriented toward personhood rather than pathology. By following this sequence, complex data is compressed into clear logic. It replaces clinical panic with disciplined attention. To test this loop, consider a 79-year-old woman presenting with shortness of breath and swollen ankles. She has a history of diabetes and chronic kidney disease. We will derive the mechanics of clinical reasoning by pushing this specific patient through each node of the loop. Step 1 is danger. The clinical priority is simple. Danger always precedes diagnosis. Diagnostic certainty takes time. Physiological danger does not wait for blood cultures or imaging results. For our 79-year-old patient, we aren't chasing a heart failure diagnosis yet. We ask, is her airway protected? Is her oxygen falling? Is her potassium level lethal? We secure the safety floor before doing anything else. Once the patient is safe, we move to step 2, syndrome. This step prevents us from being misled by a single symptom. Shortness of breath is a symptom with 100 causes. A syndrome is the full clinical pattern. Our patient has the symptom of dyspnea. Becker's syndrome is progressive shortness of breath combined with ankle edema, an inability to lie flat, and reduced urine output. Defining the syndrome dictates the immediate diagnostic pathway and stabilizes the reasoning process. Step 3 is capacity failure. This requires a shift in focus. Disease labels are static, but patients are dynamic biological systems. A traditional label like heart failure names the disease, but it doesn't describe the patient's state. The superior question is, what physiological capacity can this patient no longer sustain? In this case, the patient is currently failing in her capacity for circulation, oxygenation, and independent mobility. Step 4 looks at coupling conditions. This is the friction of context, the unique variables that sustain an illness or prevent recovery. Factors of age, frailty, or medication history are often treated as secondary. In reality, they dictate the clinical outcome. For our patient, her underlying kidney disease, her diabetes, and her frail baseline are the structural conditions that determine whether standard treatments will help her or harm her. A diagnosis is useless if it ignores the coupling conditions that govern the patient's actual biological reality. Step 5 is wise perturbation. This node dictates how we approach medical interventions. Every medical act, oxygen, fluids, or drugs, is a perturbation introduced into a highly coupled system. Every input causes ripples. For this patient, a heavy dose of diuretics is an intervention designed to clear her lungs and improve her oxygenation. But because of her baseline kidney disease, that same diuretic could crash her clearance capacity, triggering an acute kidney injury. A wise perturbation is an action calculated by weighing the functional benefit against the cascading harms specific to that patient. Mastery in medicine requires anticipating the systemic damage a treatment might cause before it is ever prescribed. The final node is step 6, repair trajectory. Effective medicine restores life. Correcting a laboratory value is only one part of that process. Improving numbers are a trap if the patient remains delirious, weak, or unable to walk safely. For our patient, the repair trajectory is defined by function: easier breathing, stabilized urine output, and the restoration of enough mobility for a safe discharge. The clinical loop does not end at step 6. It is recursive. After any intervention, the biological system has changed. The clinician must return to step 1. Did our treatment introduce a new danger? Physiological monitoring is the act of continuously running this loop to catch iatrogenic complications before they become lethal. This loop is the heart of an integrative medical practice, supported by teamwork and professional judgment. The value of this framework lies in its ability to compress a chaotic patient history into a singular, actionable handover. This results in the 1-minute clinical reasoning template. This patient has syndrome, with danger of danger, causing failure of capacity, sustained by coupling additions. The wise next step is perturbation, and repair will be shown by repair trajectory. This template ensures that every member of the medical team is aligned on the exact vectors of risk and recovery. Success in internal medicine requires training your attention to see the whole patient, navigating the chaos from the first sign of danger through to genuine repair.